because it is 4:06 here in Vancouver, and it's Wednesday. Welcome to From Under the Seed Desk. I'm Marijuana Man, and I'm glad that you might have tuned in today. Joining me at the far end of the table, and in no particular order, is Al the Alchemist.
No, I am in no particular
He is
order.
in no particular order, let me tell you. And of course, in between, the famous Kush Queen.
Hola, hola. How's it going?
Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks
Be
for
here.
coming down off the mountain. And
Well, you know.
a little dabs. We've got Alyssa flipping the switches and spinning the dials for us today. We appreciate that as always. And Ann and Janice are in the house. And others in the outer house. There's
Janice is the
other
real
people in
MVP.
the outhouse out there. The outer house.
There's an There's an outhouse.
Maybe some of them will come join us. But yeah, here we are in the it's been raining every fucking day in November here. Oh my God.
You're hilarious. I love that.
All
That's
fucking
all of
month.
November.
All month, man. It's
All
crazy.
of
Every day
November.
this month. No, it's lousy out. It's as bad as it gets here in Vancouver today, I'm going to say.
Which really isn't so bad.
No,
man.
which
It's
isn't comparatively so
it's
bad,
like,
but
oh,
it's
gee,
cold
actually.
and wet, chill you to the bone kind of thing. You
unless
need
you're from a
soup.
place that's really cold.
You need soup and noodles on a day like today.
Yeah.
And a dab from Al's spectacular
So beautiful.
Corey creation.
Oh, it's gonna take a little bit.
I know. I'm just.
This
getting
is
myself
the
ready here.
this is the Unity Beast, the Kundalini machine.
It's important
It's
that
the-
Queen had it
they all-
Snapchatted.
It has to be
the Rainbow
Snapchatted.
Beast. What other names does it have? It's picked up a few names.
Yeah, so what's going on here? That's a nice shot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the Fuck You, It's Not a Fork custom dabber made by Action Bronson.
Fucking sick.
Yes, the Snapchatting is going on. So
Snapchat.
Action
Chattery.
Bronson
Get with
is
it.
one of my favorite artists.
He's a really nice
He's
dude.
amazing.
Super,
So yeah,
super
thanks a lot for
fucking chill guy.
tuning in.
That
We're
whole crew.
thrilled
Awesome
to
guy.
have you here. If you're ever in the city, we're in downtown Vancouver, 307 West Hastings. Wednesdays we do a show. Come on and join us. Anybody? There's some goo. Let me try some of that.
Butter King Butter.
Can I have some?
Yeah, you want to
It's
hit?
not
Yeah.
goo.
Should I hit?
Would you like some?
It's not goo.
Should I heat this up or what?
Well, we'll continue to
get
discuss
this,
the
Hey.
definition of goo.
Hey.
If we've reached a fork you in the road.
That's for Marijuana Man.
You know, here I'll
Heat it up in a sec. Oh,
I'll do it on here.
Sub it up.
I got no
He's
time.
gonna sub it up.
Yes, shout out to Sublimator wherever the hell you are. Haven't seen these guys for a long time, but
Fuck, you just never
Yeah.
know where those guys are at.
Yeah. We miss you.
Well, no, Enrico and Terry had a baby a while ago. So there's a new Subla baby, a Kaimo, the young king,
out there in the world. Wow, that's delicious.
named after the
I want one.
the ancient king of Tenerife.
Fucking cool, man.
So yeah, thanks a lot for tuning in last week. 75,000 people watched.
Holy shit!
On the show.
Really? You guys are awesome.
No, I think that's too many.
Should we dial it
if
down to
you want-
73,000?
Yeah, like
Don't
that's
listen to him.
there's barely room in here for that. So 800. That's better. I
800
think.
viewers or
Yeah.
800,000?
We can have a
Oh,
more.
okay. I was like,
That's way better.
whoa.
Yeah, with 800, you can have a more 1 to 800.
Yeah.
Yeah, more intimate. Maybe we could split it up. We could each take 250 of you. But yeah, that's pretty cool. It never ceases to amaze me that we do reach out around the planet and that people actually do tune in and watch, and it's
pretty
pretty
amazing.
cool. Not sure why I moved. What the hell? Trash from... That's trash from Carly's show.
He's a litter bug.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. They
I just picked it up and he just threw it on the ground like it's nothing.
they never leave any dabs on their little papers either when
Yeah,
they
it's
finish
true.
their
At least
show.
leave us one. Leave us a dab if you're gonna leave us the garbage.
Carly.
We would like a dab each, actually.
So
Ooh,
now
you've
I,
been called out, girl.
now I can tell Carly we were talking about her on the show and that she'll tune in and watch to see that.
Just
So.
to see that.
Yeah.
You know how girls work. Just tell them you said something about them.
Yes.
I have to watch the show
Yeah.
now. What did he say?
So here's another thing, Carly, I want to tell you while you're watching. We're going to say something at the end of the show, too.
Haha.
So stick around.
everybody who's curious.
Yeah. And anyone in the audience whose name is Carly, too. So,
Any guesses?
yeah. 3. So, yeah, we had a big Halloween party here on Monday, the day
Yeah, we did.
of
It was
the
rocking.
day.
Good time.
Woo, woo, ooh, ooh.
I've seen no pictures.
I know, Jer. Jerawana. Get on it.
Jer. Hey, Jer.
But
Jeremiah.
we never saw any pictures. But
He was there with his camera.
things happened and people looked a certain way,
Yes.
even if you don't have a picture in your mind of it.
Only in the front, though.
Kush Queen was an angel.
He was. Well, you're supposed to dress up as something you're not.
She was an angel.
I don't know. I thought it was perfect.
Al was.
I was high.
He was.
I dressed up as
Yeah.
somebody that was way too high to be dressed up.
Yeah.
That was perfect costume. It was a great costume,
I
really.
couldn't keep it on for more than 10 minutes because I
Yeah.
was way too
A
high.
guy
pretty awesome.
came as a guy high on mushrooms.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was some good ones. Alyssa had a good costume.
Oh, I came high.
Love
Janice was a weed fairy, as I recall.
it.
The
The Wicked Witch of Weed.
The Wicked Witch of Wicked Weed. Yeah. No, it was a lot of fun. They throw pretty good parties around this place.
Yes, and there really hasn't
Oh,
been.
yeah.
There really hasn't been a, like,
A lot of parties for
no.
There
in
wasn't
the last
one.
little while. But it was nice to get to the gang together and break some pizza together.
I hear Joe. Yeah, she's here. Joe.
So yeah, that was a good time had by all. And yep, thanks to Cannabis Culture
Yeah,
for putting
thank
that
you,
on.
Goldie's Pizza, for making amazing pizza. So good. So good.
So here's the biggest story going around on the internet about cannabis this week. The most important thing I think any study has ever done.
What is it?
Cannabis might actually help you see in the dark. A new study published in the Journal of E-Life sheds
blind in the dark, to be honest.
sheds fresh light on the long-held suspicion that cannabis might improve your night vision. The long-held suspicion. I'm not too sure who's had that suspicion ever. I've never heard anyone.
Well, I mean, there's been.
Well, they've been part of it for a long time.
Dude, I can see
It's
in
been
the
an ongoing
dark.
thing
Yeah,
that
clearly.
night vision has been under suspicion.
Very suspicious night vision.
It's like,
The new study has revealed a
suspicious of
cellular mechanism that could be responsible for improving your eyesight in the dark after you've consumed cannabis, which is the third time they've said it
is it
already
like
in
one
the
of these?
article.
A cellular mechanism?
My Chow's here.
Yeah.
This was some.
Hello, just like her tiny little voice. I just love
Yeah.
it.
Lovely. Nice to see you. This research is took place at the Montreal Neurological Institute. And,
For night vision.
yes, this experiment could not be performed on humans or other lab animals.
Well, that's because it was a cellular thing.
Could not be performed on humans
It's
or
a phone,
any other lab
phone
animal.
experiment.
No. The only way, the only possible perfect subject for the experiment was the ever popular African clawed frog,
Oh.
or more specifically, the tadpole of the African clawed frog. So what they did is they injected the eyes of some of the tadpoles with a synthetic cannabinoid and set them off. I don't know. They were to avoid a certain dot
That's
if they
not right.
if they could
You can't
see
do
it.
a study on toads and then think it works on us. Just period. I'm just gonna stop
just-
you
just
right there.
Putting that out there.
I'm
You
gonna
can't
put it out there that you
inject things
shouldn't
in
be
people's
sticking a
eyeballs.
needle
No,
in anything's eye.
Thank you. Regardless of the study, yeah. Could you just
Unless
stop doing
That's why
they've
you're not
granted
allowed.
their consent.
Yeah.
that? And
written.
toads, I bet you they can't tell
That's
you
why.
that they want that.
That's
so
why you're
just
not allowed to do it on
You
humans.
have to learn how to speak
Only
tadpole.
the ones that you could turn into princes.
They're doing such hideous things to these tadpoles. You could not do them on other lab animals.
No fucking doubt.
So apparently the frogs have all got together and they're kind of saying, "Hey, you know, we should become lab animals. If we were lab animals, we'd have more rights." But I
Interesting
see
angle.
that you're amazed. So here in the
Interesting
study, what
angle.
they did is they injected half the tadpoles, and they saw no visible difference in whether or not they could detect things. And things changed when the scientists turned out the lights. That's when scientists do their best work, is in the dark,
Yeah, well, that's because they
Right.
can see because they're high on pot.
when they can't see anything.
It's all that.
So apparently, the
Night
and whatever
vision enhancing
tadpoles they
babies.
didn't step on got out of the way in time and could see in the dark. Now, this is this is their whole study, is that they tadpoles could see better in the dark after consuming synthetic cannabinoids in your eye. So keep that in mind when you're going
Keep
out
that
at
in
night.
mind next time you're doing bath salts at night.
Yeah. Oh, put some spice in my eye. I got to be able to see this.
I'm
Kush
absolutely
Queen's
flabbergasted.
dumbstruck.
I am.
Flabbergasted.
I'm flabbergasted right now. This is the stupidest thing I ever heard.
She's had her flabbergasted right out of her. Right?
Sounded bad.
It does. You can't throw the word flabbergast around too,
But I just
too
did.
carelessly.
What I just did.
No, I can see better. And I tried it last night at home too. I smoked a big fat joint, and then I turned out the lights. No, I couldn't see anything.
I couldn't see anything. Yeah,
No.
I see awful in the dark regardless what I smoke. It's just I can't see in the dark because there's no fucking light.
One thing I did notice, and the tadpoles might have noticed this too,
I
is
know.
that
Let's see if you guys can see me in the dark.
Well, I did my own independent study, and I got high with a tadpole. Just chilled out. We just hit the bong. Just hung out. We listened to some Barry Manilow because
Yeah.
apparently Manilow's huge in the tadpole world. I don't get it, but
tadpoles, they do a lot of
Very-
blinking, don't they?
they do.
They blink a lot.
So we got high, and then we turned out the lights and had a race, and that little fucker beat me. Seriously.
And we had a
Yep.
race.
So it's true. It not only makes them faster, but it also helps them see in the dark. Humans, not so.
Not so much, no. No, I don't see nothing in the dark except the glow of my joint.
Tadpoles.
Can always see where the
I see
joint
tadpoles in
is.
the dark.
Yeah.
Fuck my life.
I didn't even move that.
Why did I do that? I'm such a fucking dodo bird.
That's what you can see in the dark. So, yeah, what else happened? Aurora Cannabis, that outfit.
What's going on with Aurora?
Well, they posted a $5.7 million loss for 2016, but they predict tremendous growth. They reported its fourth quarter and fiscal 2016 results, and though the company posted a hey,
Hi, sweetie.
it's Jody Emery yelling out 420 in
Jody
this
just
place.
blessed us with 420.
She might come and join us in a bit. But, yeah, they recorded a fiscal loss of $5.7 million, but predicted better days ahead. Eh? That's some fucking hard-nosed business, eh? Oh, yeah, we lost $5.5 million.
No comment.
But better days ahead.
Well, some of these places have a burn, like a burn rate of $500,000 a month.
Yeah.
Oh my God, weren't we just talking about him?
Hey, speaking of Sublimator,
Seriously, that's so weird.
you're live on Pot TV.
Enrico?
But you're not on speakerphone.
Awesome. Oh my God, I love it.
5.
We'll have to guess by what Al says to him. We'll have to guess what he's
I
saying.
feel like he just asked what time does this show end because he said 5.
He's gonna
Pop by.
try to.
How many
Really?
how many
I'm good at
sublimators
this
do you need?
shit, man. Woo!
I knew she was going to say that too. So yeah, Aurora, they lost $5.5 million.
We're still talking about this.
They had raised $68 million to start off, and they feel that they had made some very key hires,
Wonderful.
and they have strengthened their board. Aurora has firmly established itself as a leader and innovator in the cannabis industry. By they're the first ones to lose $5.5 million. Innovation for you there. People are asking me questions here. There's a lot of questions.
Well,
He says we've also expanded and enhanced our management team and board with highly accomplished professionals, providing more depth and breadth, as well as further strengthening our corporate governance.
oh my God, that is so funny.
What kind of bread?
Yeah.
Yeah, $5.5 million worth of bread.
Is it pumpernickel?
Eh? No. They're in preparation for tremendous growth. We anticipate this market, and for our company, we announced our plans to increase production capacity to whatever they increase it to, because we really think by next year we could lose 10 million, 11, maybe even $12 million. You watch us. We're innovators. Watch us lose money. Here's the stupidest thing and the worst thing about the whole fucking article. Shares of Aurora Cannabis closed today up 2%.
Whoa. Really?
Yes.
They report a loss, but their shares went up.
Yes.
That's fucking brilliant.
Yeah. So, and nowhere in the whole article did Aurora ever talk about how good their weed might be. They don't give a fuck. They've raised $68 million against selling
As a
weed to sick people.
Like business, I would feel like that would be the main thing that you would promote is how good your cannabis is.
Yeah, not
it's
once.
How publicly traded your company is.
They don't care,
right.
and none of them do at those levels. They don't give a shit about the marijuana. Never have, never will. They were able to raise $68 million on the backs of sick people who were forced at first to buy from them and still refused to do that. Only 9% of the people signed up ever did buy from them. Then that all went to court as unconstitutional and found out that, yeah, you can grow your own. Now only 8% buy from them. And these fucks are still getting rich. How is this happening? This is speculative bullshit. And they don't care. They couldn't care less. All the stockholders, all the people who are pouring their money into this shit, these Aurora people and the people at the top are just going to walk away with millions. produce nothing, not give a fuck. Sell it all out to Imperial Tobacco or Pfizer, Bayer, or the first wicked monster that comes by. Right? They're just out there to get rich. Yeah, it's really, really bad, I think. And you see an awful lot of this reporting about how much their stocks are worth and whether or not you should invest. And no, that's not the world for me. You know what is the world for me, though, Al?
What's that, Greg?
That would be on a beach in Spain, I think.
Yeah, that's a world for me.
Yeah, somewhere,
Okay.
I don't know, just outside of Cadiz would be nice.
Cadiz,
Up there,
yeah.
an hour north of Gibraltar, maybe, something like that on the Atlantic side. Be a beautiful place to just hang out, smoke a reefer, wishing that you might have some hash. That'd
You
be
wouldn't have
nice.
to wish very much in that area.
No, you sure wouldn't.
Nope.
Because just the other day, tourists were sitting on that beach, and up pulls a Zodiac, out jumps several men, unloaded what they estimated to be 2.5 tons of hash, walked it up the beach into vehicles waiting, and drove away.
That's how they do, I guess.
In broad daylight.
Well, you're not going to do it at night.
Yeah.
Not unless you got tadpoles.
Not unless you're
Bleeding-
being
bleeding
pulled by
red.
tadpoles.
Yeah, I mean, if the
Oh
operation
my
was
God,
run
you
by
guys are
tadpoles,
hilarious.
then you're good to go. But
So broad daylight. Police arrived 5 minutes later, after everybody gone, and that was pretty much
That was
it. There was no arrests are yet thought to have taken place. No, it's not the first time traffickers have been filmed at work in broad daylight. In June last year, families, and mind you, with young children,
oh no,
looked on dumbstruck as the traffickers stopped their speedboat on the shoreline a stone's throw from Gibraltar and began to hand their illegal stash to waiting accomplices. They were dumbstruck because a boat pulled up
How do the
out of
kids
the
even know what
fucking
it is?
Mediterranean. A boat
Yeah,
might pull
like,
up onto the beach
I don't
and guys
understand.
jump out. I'd
Whoa.
have no fucking clue if I was a kid what they were doing.
Exactly.
And why would I? And who would care? Those men have boxes of stuff that they're unloading
maybe
on
they're
the
Could
just
be
beach.
like maybe they're
apples.
just like passing
Yeah.
like just bricks. It's like here's a kilo, here's a kilo,
Yeah.
here's a kilo.
This is hashish. Here's the hashish. We're unloading hashish.
We're unloading
Like-
hashish. Don't worry, tourists.
Can you move your children
We're
away?
moving
You,
drugs.
hey, little boy.
We're
this
moving
is
drugs,
hashish,
everybody.
You know. No.
Oh my God! Stay away.
They were dumbstruck. And the lady said, "That's amazing."
The lady said that's amazing.
A woman could clearly be heard on the video. There was a video that somebody took. Could clearly be heard telling her husband in an English accent.
Oh,
they wanted to point out.
right.
So in my head
Can you
now.
do it? Can you do it?
Yeah,
in English accent,
really.
please?
Was she English or was she just doing it in an English accent? So I don't know.
Yeah, now
Good
this becomes
question.
confusing.
Yeah. Now this is an investigation.
The woman said, "That's amazing." Before he replied, dumbstruck, maybe they're going to sell the drugs somewhere locally. Or everywhere. Like all over Europe.
Sounds a little staged.
But
Oh my God! Right.
but I'm curious
It's
too
their
because
load.
they said that he said that he was the guy was dumbstruck, but then he spoke.
Yeah, he
I
wasn't.
don't think you can
dumbstruck.
do that. Does
Not
that mean
spoke,
that?
but
Can you
spoke
speak
with
when you're
ration
dumb?
and
Dumb?
reason.
Well, if you're
When you're just
well,
dumb.
they used to say deaf if you're deaf and dumb, you couldn't speak.
Yeah.
That's what dumb means, right? But he was dumbstruck, but he spoke. So
Something's
very
fishy here.
suspicious. Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe it wasn't.
I
even
think
in
you know
Spain.
what's going on.
And if you don't, if you don't know what's going on, you should be watching the Game of Thrones. All right.
You too.
No, I've never seen an episode.
good.
I have no idea, but there's this story about it. A couple of Game of Thrones co-stars Maisie Williams, and that's why I really went to the story. She has the same last name as me. And Maisie Williams and Sophie Turner, co-stars
sister.
of
Just
the
kidding.
Game of Thrones. They look cute in their matching skirts, yellow tees, and brown sashes. When they went dressed up as brownies for Halloween, but specifically hash brownies. They emblazoned themselves with marijuana leaves, and
Oh, I love it.
they
Pot
actually
brownie.
they looked like pot brownies. It was quite hilarious. So, never gonna watch Game of Thrones, but just wanted to shout it out anyway to those girls for doing that. And look it up. It's pretty funny. I know Halloween's in the last news cycle.
You don't have a picture of them? Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, you could look it up.
I'm going to right now.
Maisie Williams. Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Pot brownies. So the election's going on in the United States. The circus continues at the top, but still around the United States are all these propositions that are on the ballot where people get to vote on things going on in their lives. And a whole bunch of states, maybe as many as 9, have marijuana on the ballot.
Woo!
California is expected. Recreational marijuana, cigarette tax, and ammunition limits expected to pass in California. Ammunition limits? Bullshit, that's going to pass. I wouldn't fucking vote for it.
No
I got an
fucking
automatic weapon. I don't want to have a limit on how many bullets I can shoot. But here's what's not expected to pass, and that's abolishing the death penalty. But
What was her name?
most Maisie, M-A-I, M-A-I-S-I-E.
I put that in there.
Well, they're BFFs, Maisie and Sophie. They sure as hell are. Pot brownies together forever.
Yeah.
Dude.
Pot brownies for life, yo.
Yo. So, California, very, like, it's such a wonderful place they portray it as, but, the alternative lifestyle, the sun and the sand, it's so nice in California. But they want to abolish the death penalty. Ah! No, we still want to kill people. We still want the right to kill people. Come on. Oh, have some kale.
Go have some kale.
No, it's all fucking crazy nonsense out there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here in Canada, it's fucked up. I think it's fucked up. The media, they just are such swines now. The media are completely controlled. They don't even know it, that they're so numb to it all. But the government and who's ever has access to them, they just paint the picture of what is to be. Right? When you look at the media. Yeah, well, no, it's not. It has nothing to do with that anymore. It has to do with what the fucking point of view that the government wants you to have.
Oh, yeah, man.
This is what they put it in the media. They make a statement. They make a press release, and they print it. That's it. That's all. They don't do any investigation anymore. It's all cut and paste. I don't know why anybody gets to put their name on the article anymore. This article by cut and paste.
This article by cut and paste.
Like, really? Yeah. As I look through the news all over the internet, I see all the faces of the fucking people who are credited with this story, which they did not write or make any comment or ask any question or have anything to do with other than cutting and pasting, just like I'm doing now. Because this whole, if you'll remember, this whole conversation was cut and paste from last week's show.
Yeah.
I remembered it. It was giving me deja vu.
Yeah, and the paste was old and it didn't take, so we had to use it again this week.
Got some new glue?
Yeah, new glue. I've lived in a new glue. It was cool.
It was cool.
Yeah, I came as a clown who voted for Justin Trudeau to the party.
Oh my god.
Clown in the front.
That's right. That's right.
Just saying.
Let me tell you.
So the media, I was saying. So here's the headline that's running around in Canada from fucking every news agency out there. Fatal crashes triple among drivers high on marijuana after legalization in Colorado, and they double in Washington State. The headline is fucking crying out that fucking people high on marijuana, the deaths have tripled to 1.
Tripled to 1.
No, there is no evidence whatsoever to suggest that people high on marijuana are dying because of fatal car crashes because of the marijuana. It's just that they have it in their system. So yeah, Colorado legalizes marijuana, which you know they have.
Yeah,
No.
I know.
And the active ingredient in marijuana is THC. This is
Death.
what I've read today.
Don't. It's
Some
it's
doctors
the active
discovered it.
ingredient
It's
in,
death.
in marijuana is death. There's 2 of them: death and chaos.
I've
That's
smoked
it.
Chaos. I like that. That's more of a sativa.
It's only going to lead to heart attacks and road accidents.
Fatal. Fatal. But of course, more people are smoking in Colorado because marijuana is legal, and people testing for marijuana in their system after a fatal car crash is likely a possibility, wouldn't you say, Kush Queen? I love the faces she makes while we're talking.
I'm really fucking high.
We-
Honestly, I don't
Yeah.
know what it was. I think it's the joint I'm smoking with Al, because my eyes be so low right now. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, it's one of
Should we
those
change that or what?
hazy days.
Can you? Yeah.
Yeah?
Change it. Can you? No,
Is
that'll
there,
make my eyes be even lower.
All right.
I need something that'll pick me up.
Do we have any?
I don't know if this will work.
Then don't.
I highly doubt it.
Do we have any
But I suggest we
chatters in the chat today?
6.
Oh my god.
Billions? Maybe we're. Let's find out where your chatters are
1
from.
billion chatters.
In Illinois. Wow.
A lemon haze.
Here we've got the chronic Susan.
Oh, shout out to Rob Laurie for having his baby.
Congratulations.
Oh yes, congratulations, Rob.
Theodore is here. He's so cute. He's absolutely adorable.
So yeah, maybe shout out where you're from, so we know where
Winnipeg.
to look for you.
Montreal. The UK.
Jody. There's Jody with a joint. We should
Oh my god.
pull up a.
That's me when I'm playing video games. I'm like stuck in a corner just going round in circles looking at the wall. Like, yeah, looking at the ceiling. I'm like, how do I get out? Like, fuck.
No, you have to sit with Kush Queen.
Okay, we'll share a chair.
Come.
We'll share.
But everyone
Damn
has-
it, why do I have to?
I'm taking this beautiful thing
Hi.
anyways.
Oh, that's pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. Actually, that's really pretty. And it is a really big dab there.
Now we've.
That's kinda
There.
scary
Most of it's
looking.
on here.
See, when did carb capping start happening? Like, people didn't do that before.
Oh, yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, way
Oh.
back even in the hash pipe days, the trick was to put your hand on the bowl and you tap the bowl.
Really?
Yep.
You're a human carb
But like,
That's so tasty. What is that?
or matchbook
That is
cover.
some clarity
good
from
call.
new Temple product.
well, I have a joint from our lounge.
I
Nice.
I brought some weed.
House weed.
Guess I didn't mean to.
Well, now we're fortunate enough to
Here.
have both a princess and a queen in between.
Hi. Stoned.
Wow, look at that. An
I'm
extra
really. I
microphone,
was just
too.
saying my eyes be so low right now. I am so stoned.
Oh, that's
I'm just
awesome.
like
Hey, don't they do they not have the new green cup?
they don't
You
have
guys-
the cup yet. They just have this.
Do you know
at
about the
moment.
new Starbucks cup?
Is it gonna be just
It's
all
green. It's a
Oh,
green
it's
cup
green
this
cup.
year, and it's what it is there's this artist in Japan who draws a continuous line, like you just never lift the pen, and the entire cup is covered in people, like drawings of all sorts of different people, all with
But
one
he has-
continuous.
but he-
And it's one continuous pen stroke, and it's green. And Starbucks said because of all the strife and racial, all the shit that's going on in America right now, they need to bring people together. So they're going with the green cup because I guess green brings people together.
Hell yeah, it does.
And they're bringing all these people and drawing and just like a symbol of unity. That's not the red cup. It's not a corporate thing. It's not the big "you're killing Christmas" scandal they had last year or whatever.
I heard, yeah, that
The-
was some
it was
crazy
stupid.
stuff,
So
yeah.
now they're just saying, you know what, green cup. But I'm like, hey, I want to walk around with a green Starbucks cup with all these happy people on it for sure. That looks good to me. So
Starbucks
I was
are
hoping to see
they're
it.
geniuses.
No, not yet. They only have the red
Red
sleeve
sleeve.
for now. But all of
Which
their
is-
Christmas drinks are out,
kinda-
and all their mugs.
It's kind of funny you said red sleeve because isn't there a Christmas song called Green Sleeves?
Green sleeves.
Yeah, we'll have the red sleeve on the green cup.
And green, maybe get
Ooh.
green on green.
Right.
No, Starbucks, they're geniuses in marketing.
Oh yes. Oh, they turn
They're like the
seasons into.
McDonald's house of coffee.
I love Starbucks.
Well, and there you go.
People there.
I love you.
That's exactly what a brand wants, though. For real, a brand is a feeling. It's how you feel about something.
Not me. I love
Being
what is
around
it?
the world.
I love this company. I don't even know.
Being around. What?
Around the bean
Around
world.
the world. Being.
Around the bean world.
No, I actually do love them.
You do. There you go. He buys them
You get a-
Valentine's and
He
everything.
loves them.
Well, here's the thing about coffee. I think you get addicted to the profile of what these people are selling. Because there's no question coffee is addictive. And
Oh yeah.
Well, people
Oh, yeah.
always
When I-
tell me that
when I drift
Starbucks
away
tastes
from-
like shit. But what I tell people is that I started drinking coffee at Starbucks. Like literally, my first cup of coffee when I first started was from Starbucks. So I don't know any difference.
So you don't know it tastes like shit.
Yeah, well, if it does to them, you know what I mean. Like I like it. It's what I've
Yes.
drank since I've drank coffee. So, you know what I mean. I feel
Oh.
like it all depends on like how
The
you
magic
start.
marijuana
drinking
arrow
coffee.
is
I know,
now
I'm just
pointing
gonna
at you,
say that-
Jody.
Did a ghost do that or what?
No,
Like-
it was my lid actually went like
The-
that to it.
Oh,
but it's
she
kinda
made a
cool.
really good arrow.
The
It was-
Ouija board of
It is
marijuana.
actually. Why is it pointing at me?
Well, it's now your turn to speak.
Uh-oh. Well, here's the speaking stick. But I just want to note that we had a really fun Halloween party here, and it was great to bring everyone together. I'm glad
was
so
a
many
blast.
people came through.
It
And
was so much fun.
yeah,
Kick
you know, we
ass
really
time.
need. Everybody's busy these days. Everybody's
so
really
true.
busy. We're all trying to survive. We're all dealing with endless reefer madness. You know, I need something like this to help me deal with the rage. I feel actual rage when I read these news articles. Like right now, I guess the BC doctors across Canada are saying that drug impaired driving is going to be a crisis and fatalities will skyrocket and blah blah blah. But they're saying that this is actually happening. But just the other week, the Alberta health minister went to Colorado and came back and said that stuff is not true.
Yeah,
and
I
yet,
saw that
just
story.
the next day, I mean, so it's infuriating. It fills me with so much anger. And I used to be able to write or do something in response, but now I actually try to avoid marijuana news because it's so depressing and upsetting, and it feels like we're just going backwards in a way, but everybody thinks we're going forward. So
Yeah.
it's even harder when they're all blinded by the...
Well,
I don't know.
it's
It's
people who
weird.
know nothing about marijuana who think we're going forward, and they're the ones that are helping them go in that direction. They're all excited now that they got a card for fucking Shoppers Loblaw.
Yeah, and all these
Right.
people angling, and it's just really frustrating because I don't know. You know why it's frustrating because we're dealing with bullshit, and we're peaceful people, and you know it just points to the bigger picture that really what we are represents a major threat to what the system is. It's plain and simple that the more people use marijuana, the less they'll drink, the less they'll fight, the less they'll hate, the less they'll hurt. And then that's like really bad for all these people who are making a lot of money off of those dangerous, deadly laws and things. So it's sad. Downer Jody.
You could.
Sorry, everybody. Eeyore just came in the room. Here's my car. It's so hard out there, guys. It's kind of difficult.
Well, don't think you're gonna get God on your side
Jody?
at any time
no.
soon.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, you tell me when.
When? Oh, no, you're not even ready yet. There we go.
Carb it up. Oh, look at it all go now.
Whoa.
Holy moly. Well, what a lovely toke.
Whoa. You tricked me. At first I thought I hit it.
Ah.
I was like,
It
what?
wasn't over yet.
Kept coming.
Yep.
Woo.
It's the
Fine.
carburation.
Fine stuff.
awesome.
What is that? What'd you do to me? What did I just take?
It's all hyper now.
tripping.
Wait, what was that? I really like that. What did I just take?
What did
What'd
I
you give
do?
me?
I don't know if I.
I think it's way better to say that than say, what is that I'm going to take? It's better to say, what did I just take?
What did I just do?
Was
Take a
that
walk
too
on the
much?
wild
I like to
side.
say that one too. Yeah. No,
Did I do it right?
in Massachusetts, they've got marijuana legalization on the ballot, and the Roman Catholic Church has given $800,000 to stop it.
That's right. Whoa. Because God hates plants.
No, they
God made a mistake when he
$850,000.
created the marijuana plant.
The Boston Archdiocese has contributed $850,000 to the anti-marijuana campaign in hopes of crucifying
That's
legalization.
funny. But actually, isn't that like crucifying legalization is kind of like, that you're bringing it back to life eventually?
No, the Catholic Church holds this matter among its highest priorities. A spokesperson said for God. Right?
God's spokesperson wants you to know.
It's a recognition that if passed, the law would have significant detrimental impact on our parishes, our ministries.
Like what?
the
Like
fuck?
what? It's just like the government here saying the significant social and health costs of marijuana. What? Like,
There's none. There's no evidence, or nobody's even asking them to provide any
in
proof
fact,
that there is any.
the government of BC actually did do something. It's on a website called heretohelp.bc.ca, government website, and they analyzed the health costs and the law enforcement costs of marijuana, tobacco, alcohol. And as you can imagine, the health costs of tobacco and alcohol are extremely high. I think it's like thousands of dollars per taxpayer. And then the health costs of marijuana are like 60 cents or something, per person. There's no health costs for marijuana. But then the enforcement costs mirror that, the exact opposite. There's like hardly any enforcement for tobacco or alcohol and enormous enforcement on marijuana. So that's the government's own data showing there's no health costs, there's no social costs for marijuana. It's all in the enforcement. And that's why the cops are trying so hard for this
Desperate.
driving and this drug impaired and this mouth swabbing. And it feels like a commie hunt. In the commies, they're like, well, we think they're smoking pot and we got to find a way to prove it because we don't have any proof, but we want to blame them for it. And it's like,
you shouldn't have it. We don't want you to have it, so we're gonna make sure. No, it is really like that.
Yeah.
We're being hunted and preyed upon
Totally.
constantly
I totally
now.
feel like
the
that.
Liberal government said that they're going to introduce harsher penalties for people driving under the influence. And again, this is not an actual issue. It's not an actual problem. They even admit we don't have any statistics showing that there's harm from marijuana on the roads, so we're going to make them up. I'm sorry, raging. I'm going to get a show so I can rant and not take over your guys'
Well, no, you're welcome to come. This is
it's the stuff
what
you're
we
talking
do.
about. Yeah.
Well, it's the lighter side of marijuana.
I love it. That's so punny.
That's a good one. I like that one.
Fucking clever.
That's so funny.
Oh man, I love a good
I
pun.
like that
That was
one.
very clever.
Well, isn't that a pun time?
Nobody, everybody, including God's against us, it would seem. But here's the thing about this fucking church thing.
No,
that is
God's not
such
against it. God's
bullshit.
indifferent. It's some asshole.
When did he go to different?
Yeah, when's he indifferent?
God's always been indifferent.
I was indifferent about a week ago. I didn't see him.
It's all of the it's all
Stayed
of
at
the,
the same
the
hotel.
assholes that represent him.
But here's the thing about the church, and these are not the dollars that the church has have not been taxed by the government. These are untaxed dollars. They should not be allowed to go anywhere near the political arena. You pay taxes on the money, then you can fucking donate to whatever political cause you want to. But other than that, I would have to say, I don't know, to be polite, fuck off.
Back off.
I do concur.
Yeah.
Like, really? No church should have the right.
And shouldn't they, if they're going to spend it on something, why wouldn't they spend it on issues that, the church should supposedly care about, like helping your fellow man and, maybe doing some better things with that money?
Oh, they already do. Well, they're
They're praying for
shining their gold. They're helping the
they're praying
poor.
for you.
And
Don't be
I've
worried.
been
Yeah.
to some
We
of
got
those
prayers.
cathedrals in Spain, and what they got is fucking diabolical.
Oh yeah, I didn't want to go into any cathedrals there.
That's
I
crazy.
don't the karma around it. But this is in Boston where this is going on, and you got to figure
I'm so proud of myself right now.
$850,000 in the city of Boston would go a long way
Oh, yeah.
to helping a lot of people do something, for God's
Yep.
sakes,
No
rather
doubt.
than
I
to
guessed it from the
stop marijuana.
Season's taste.
Like, really, like, it's just maniacal what I see going on out there. Anybody who wants to can glom onto any aspect of marijuana right now and say whatever they want. You can say whatever you want.
I will
And
say
no one will question you except us. When we say stuff, they question the hell out of us about it. But these producers, these seed guys that are out there, they're just saying whatever the fuck they want. Nobody questions nothing. Cops say whatever they want. They make up headlines that are not true, right, to lead you in a way to think. And the headlines of all, like you were just saying, they're all about drug driving right now.
Oh, yeah.
They're all, every Canadian news
Everywhere.
outlet has gone right onto it.
And naturally, all the people,
Same article.
like when they do polls now, after they put out all these stories saying fatalities skyrocket, and then the next day they call everyone and say, "So, are you concerned about fatalities skyrocketing after legalization?" People go, "Yes, I am
I
concerned."
have heard about that.
I know. Oh my gosh, I'm
Heard
so
about that
worried.
yesterday.
And then they report that in the next day's newspaper, Canadians concerned about marijuana impaired driving. It's madness. It's absolutely insane. And again, the fact that they keep admitting they don't even have statistics of this being a problem. They admit that the problem doesn't exist. That they're going to Colorado to look for someone to tell them, "Please tell us. It's going to be terrible." Jesus Christ. Fuck you, Trudeau. I'm sorry. I'm so mad right now. That hypocrite who smokes pot. But they lied about everything. They've lied about everything.
what they do.
They did. You know
That's
what else
just what
they're
they
doing? They're
do.
giving CSIS no oversight. Our spy agency, they were going to have oversight, real-time oversight, and then they decided not to. And they're not doing anything that they promised. And of course, I guess I'm not surprised. It's just upsetting.
But it's still upsetting, absolutely.
If you're not upset, you should be, because they're
Politics.
like-
Always expect to be disappointed when it comes to politics.
And the worst part, though, that when you really
It's based on disappointment. The whole political system is based on letting a whole demographic down.
and I wouldn't be
And,
so upset
and
if
that's what it is.
they're funded by it. That's the worst part. Take a look at your paycheck. Take a look at everything you buy and add up all the taxes. And here in BC, it's an average of 43 to 46% of your income every year goes to the government in taxes. That's when you take all your payroll tax, when you buy stuff at the store, when you get a drink and there's that tax, there's no tax on weed. That's the model that we should have everywhere. But, all this tax, 46% of your income, imagine what you could do for yourself, for your family, and for your community if you were able to use that money better. And it's not like they're saying, oh, no, wait, they do say, but we give you health care, we give you this, we give you that. And I say, what health care? I don't have a doctor. Who has a doctor? Our system is broken. You're giving me shit service for all the money you're taking from me. I want that 46% of my
Wait
income
an hour
back.
and a half, 2 hours to see the doctor for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
They go, prescribe you
Yeah.
some sort of pills that you don't even need.
And then on the wall,
And then you're out.
and there's a sign that even says, if you have more than one issue, you have to make another appointment. What the what?
What, really?
Yes, it's,
Oh my
and then
God.
it's crazy. So if you have two things that you're concerned about, no, make another appointment and come back. The inefficiencies. I'm
It's like,
sorry,
which
I'm
one's more
ranting
severe
again.
right now?
And if you don't have medical, do you know how much you have to pay to go to that appointment?
No kidding. And if you
fucking
think you have free health care, you don't. If you need an MRI or an
expensive.
ambulance or anything.
So if you work for your cannabis community and you don't have medical and all that stuff, it's fucking expensive to go to the doctor.
And that's why-
just for a checkup.
And
You know,
this
it's
is the
like,
fact
God
that-
forbid.
These guys are using our money to do prohibition, to do all this shit to us, and that's the most frustrating part. Like, if it was some sort of evil entity that like just made its own money because people bought their evil products or whatever, I don't know. I guess I couldn't stop them, but they survive solely on our money. They take it from us by force, and if you, they're doing evil with our money and they're making us work and people can barely even survive and inflation is going up. Like, I don't know if you're noticing, if you go buy food or anything, my favorite coffee shop just put a letter out saying to our valued customers, we're really sorry, but we have to increase our prices because we can't afford to stay open. We just couldn't be operational. And I run a business.
Starbucks?
No, not even. Local business. That's the saddest part. A beautiful local business that does a
is
beautiful
sad.
job, and they're barely surviving. And I know that before we started doing our marijuana sales, we were in dire straits. So being in business is not easy. And when the prices keep going up and inflation goes up and we're just sucked dry of all our money, I don't know. I don't know what to do about it. Maybe we should run with the BC Marijuana Party and I can just have a platform to rant about this stuff. Use marijuana to save everybody. It's already doing BC's economy anyway. Half of BC depends on weed,
Well,
I
and as
think.
someone who goes to
Well.
Starbucks, you know, we should maybe start making an effort to support our local businesses and support our friends and our families so that they can make it, because this city is so hard to live in. Just to pay your rent and to put food on the table, minus the luxuries, it's like it's impossible to live here.
Even if you can find a place to rent to
Yeah,
pay for,
it's
you're
crazy.
lucky if
It's
you're
a
paying
joke.
rent that you can't
Yeah,
afford because
it's
you've actually got a
Dreamers.
place.
Everyone
Nothing
lives
but
with each other
dreamers.
and sleeps on each other's couches and makes it fucking work, man. That's just the way it is. Fuck.
That's why I threw my couch out.
Fuck that shit.
Got rid of my
No more
couch.
friends. No friends.
No, I haven't got a couch, sorry.
Support your locals, Greg.
Hang on.
No, it's always an uphill battle. I don't know. I'm really hoping good things for the American election and the passing of a lot of props down there, and that the whole thing doesn't explode in any other aspect of their election. Oh my fucking God!
And apparently the lead, I just saw something saying the gap is like lessening, but I mean, Hillary's gonna win. Corrupt and awful and evil as she is, I guess evil is better than stupid. But stupid is also evil. They're
No,
they're both stupid and evil.
But doesn't it make you
They're
wonder,
like
like,
that,
how it's even happening? Like, even though, like, beyond all that, and we're like, okay, yeah, Hillary's gonna win because this is all a joke. Like, how could you be putting an entire country, all those real people who are going through this, like, it's all just a joke to them? It's just funny. Ha ha ha. Okay, Trump's not really gonna win. Okay, let's make Hillary the winner. It's just like,
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense to me.
No,
They're making, it's just a joke. They make a joke out of it. It's
It's
a
like that
mockery.
famous
It's-
painting with the man and the woman in the farm. He's holding
American
the pitch.
Gothic.
American Gothic. Put those two there, and it's perfect because that's a reflection of their society at this time. I believe. Well, it's fucking reality TV and crooked politicians and crooked businessmen, right?
And everybody, and they all admit it. They all admit
and then we
they're
listen to
not
their
paying
studies
taxes.
about marijuana.
Right, and not oh,
Right. Okay.
Well, we're mired in the crooked businessmen now with the legalization. We're mired
Oh,
in with
yeah.
the crooked government all of these years. Get in line. You think you've had it. Like, it really drives me nuts. Like, the prohibition that has gone on here has been fucking nasty.
Yeah.
So, you know, we make jokes about it, and marijuana is fairly open, and it's around, and it's easy to get whatever. But it has devastated millions of people's lives, for
Killing
God's
people.
sakes.
Killing
And the
them.
people out there who are proponents or opposed to legalization and leaving us alone, like, you just want to hurt people. Like, it's a mean fucking thing.
Yeah, it's
And that's what I try to point out at every turn when I see this and go, like, really? This is what you want to be? The kind of person like that? Like, come on, you want to put me in jail because some child might eat a fucking gummy bear? I don't care. There's no evidence it's ever hurt one of these children. Ever.
Yeah, no kids died
None.
from eating pot or anything.
But they won't admit it. They lied too long. They've lied too much, and they've invested too much in their lives.
And if they have to admit to everybody that, hey, by the way, sorry about all that. Sorry about the billions of dollars. Sorry about the lives ruined. It was all a big fraud and a farce. And by the way, it's not just a benign thing like an apple. It's actually going to change the world. So we're doubly evil for doing all that. Sorry, we were wrong. They're not going to do it because if they admit they're wrong about that, they have to admit they're wrong about a lot of other things. And can you imagine if it's just, see, marijuana is going to do to them what, see, I was like that before. I was authoritarian. I liked uniforms, government control. And then when I smoked pot, I realized that I was being lied to about that. And then I realized I was being lied to about everything that they were saying. And I'm still finding out how much we're being lied to. And so it really
I
is.
don't know what kind of uniform.
Well, you know, like any kind of uniform.
we all
To
like
be
a
honest,
uniform.
a man in a uniform, yeah, it was
all
like
like a
any
man
of them.
in a uniform.
I'm like, I was just, I don't know, I just liked the idea of authority, and like when I was a fan of the Empire in Star
She's
Wars.
revealing a lot about
because
herself
the
right now.
fan of the Empire.
But I was also, I called myself Leia. I was a fan of the Rebels, but there was something about the orderly nature and the authority, because I was a bossy, orderly, organized kid, teacher's pet leadership student. But what I'm saying is, marijuana came along and changed everything. It really did, though. It did, because it did change everything, because it was such a major lie, and I had bought into it, and I hectored people and bullied my friends because they smoked pot, because I was told that it was bad. So I was like shaming them and saying they were stupid, and I was mean to them. And then when I realized I was being lied to, it blew my mind. And I did a lot of different things. I started exploring all sorts of drugs, and I started skipping class. And I mean, I still graduated with honors, and I did well, but I didn't trust them anymore. I didn't trust the system. I didn't trust anything. I didn't want to go to university. And that's what marijuana does to people. And what it's doing to the world right now is it's making them wake up and ask questions about, why am I taking these deadly pills? Why are we doing these oil wars? Why are we cutting down the forests? Why are we putting people in jail? Why is there a police state? Why are they allowed to, and why do they spend all this money? You start asking these questions, oh shit, the government does not want that. So government does not want you to take that bong hit or use a gravity bong in a Hawaiian hot box like I did the first time, because it's going to change your mind and everything. And that's what they're scared of, and that's why they can't admit they're wrong and that all this evil they've done was wrong. So we've got quite an interesting future ahead. I don't know what's going to happen.
Well, they have to continue with the lies to support the lies that they told the last time.
Right. So how do we win?
Which is so unfortunate. And whatever they come up with, we will be safe, because marijuana is not dangerous to begin with.
Yeah, so we're going to be okay.
It's fucked, right? So they'll heap on all these regulations and go, see, we kept you safe.
Man.
But that's why we're here and going to keep fighting.
Yeah.
And we will have to continue. So.
And part of my plans are
Courts.
include, there's court cases. I want to be able to fund some different court cases, because that's how we always win. And the thing about the people, like we said about the drug driving, and the reason that the public think it's an issue right now is because they've been told in the papers. So I'm envisioning a full-page ad we can buy in all the papers across Canada, and it would just say like the truth about marijuana and debunking like some myths and facts. And it would say stuff like, every 9 minutes a life is ruined by a police encounter for pot. Every 9 minutes somebody loses their right to volunteer. And it had all this information, so we can start educating the public, because they're hearing about pot, but they're hearing it from the fucking prohibitionists, you
Yeah.
know, the police
Totally.
and the doctors and the
only.
government. That's all they're hearing from, and it's really hard for us to be heard amongst the noise. And you know, letters to the editor are important, but I just feel like, you know, you're screaming at a giant hurricane hoping to be heard. It's disheartening at times, but you know, it's good to have things like the Karma Cup or events here and our party and stuff to remind us of our community and how much this really means to people. And you know, it's
Gotta keep ducking and weaving.
oh yeah, that's what we're here for. We're here for you guys and everybody, you know, who needs activism still, because there is a transition point where a lot of people who are good community members, activists and all that, they're going to need to find a job. And I don't blame them for, you know, working with all the opportunities that are coming up in this legal future. But there's got to be some people holding down the protest lines, holding down the, you know, fighting
Yeah,
for everyone
everybody
who's
flies off to
all
the
their
money.
business conferences and everything. I mean, we're trying to be there to show them that for us, business means activism, because that's how it started with Mark long ago. And people, again, they're going to have to do their thing, but I hope they'll give back in ways that they can. But everyone out there can be rest assured that for us here, it always has been and always will be about the issue, about the cause, and about the people on the plant. And you need money to do all that shit. So of course we're a business, but for us, we will never stop actually protesting and fighting on the streets like real activists when push comes to shove. And it makes me sad, because I have dispensaries in Toronto, where they would send me messages and say, we were just raided for the 3rd time. We keep opening, but we don't know how long we can do this. Can you help us? What can we do? And I don't know what to say to them, because for us, we just happen to get the media when we get raided, but I don't know how to make something more.
Didn't used to.
Right.
And you just open up with just a joint on the shelf the next day. Joint and a pack of rolling papers.
When that soul will
Screw you.
fucking go buy another
we'll
joint.
put another joint in here.
We'll
and
buy 2 next time.
You guys line up.
Yeah, we'll do what we gotta.
But
We'll
good
do
on the
what-
people out in Toronto for fighting the fight. And
Oh yeah.
yeah, we're going to have to keep going. So we will overgrow the government
Oh yeah, it's happening.
if we haven't done that already. Thought we did.
More and more people are growing their own, though. If you think about it, I bet you there's
Hope
a
so.
lot of people growing pot. I saw a great post from Crop King Seeds where someone wrote and said, I tried to get some seeds from all of the LPs, and they don't sell them, of course, except one company that sells a ton of them for a big price. But they're shit, and they admit it, that they might not even be good. But so this guy wrote and said, I couldn't get anything from them, but Crop King, you sent it, and I got it in 4 days. Thank you. And you can talk about quality of seeds, and of course there's all sorts. You can get all sorts of options out there. There are seed companies and breeders of all kinds, highest quality, lowest common denominator, whatever. But just saying that, the system that exists cannot serve the needs of the people. So it's great that we have business people like seed companies providing those seeds, because that's what the people need. You just get those.
The Vancouver Seed Bank.
Yeah, exactly. That's
At
the best one.
VancouverSeedBank.ca.
.ca. You better get .com too. I hope there's a .com
Oh,
for that.
that'll get you there.
All right. But that's true, because Vancouver Seed Bank has been around for many, many, many years, and we really need people to continue to support the growing of seeds and plants. That's a vital part of this industry, because if we lose control of all the genetics and the plant and the roots of it, that'll be a very sad thing indeed. So it's just like heirloom tomatoes. Keep those precious seeds safe and keep growing them. Overgrow the government, even if it's just in your basement.
Yeah. And we're glad people do.
Yes, absolutely. Yep. That's what started it all.
Let's get out of here.
Thanks
It's
for letting
got-
me take over your show.
Thanks
Flying in.
Thanks for coming and joining us.
Free.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Jody. And Kush Queen and Al.
Thanks for
Appreciate you
having us.
guys
I'd love
being
that
here.
nod in unison. Yep, yes, sir.
It's always fun.
You know what?
Cute.
We literally we work with a choreographer probably 16 hours a week.
Easy.
17.
Easy.
This is all
At least.
planned.
Just to get that.
They practiced this so hard, and you
Yeah.
guys executed it perfectly. 10 out of
Thank you.
10.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Good effort.
Well done.
We're gonna do some freestyle next week.
Nigel's the best choreographer, too.
Oh, I just love
Fa-
it.
But
eh?
Nigel is
The
like
sitting
second to
choreographer.
fucking none.
All right. Thanks to Alyssa,
real.
too, for helping us out and getting us live. She Alyssa makes
this
us
live.
alive. You know?
Yeah.
As soon as it ends, we're all dead.
Yeah.
All right, and thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll be around next week, so do tune in. Check out Jared's show on Friday, which is a
yes.
big show coming out of the dispensary
Really
in
big
Port
shoe.
Coquitlam.
That's right, Port
It's a really
Coquitlam.
big shoe.
Veterans.
It's a veterans fundraiser
Fundraiser.
because
Yeah,
Remembrance
we-
Day is coming up, so we're giving to Wounded Warriors Canada, and it's because cannabis helps a lot of people with PTSD, and I think war is evil, and I think it's really good to help those who have had to go do that, you know, if we can. So we want to do more and more fundraisers, and we want you to check out our amazing location in Port Coquitlam at 2814 Shaughnessy, I believe. No.
It's
2184. 291. Somebody look it up online again. CannabisCultureDispensary.com has the address for you. Okay, cool. Mark's
No, here it is.
just tried calling. Oh, there you go.
The Cannabis
2819. Did I say that?
2819 Shaughnessy Street
think I said
in
that.
Port
You did
Coquitlam.
say that. That's exactly what you said. You're fucking
I
on it, man.
know stuff.
So Jared will be live from there 4 o'clock tomorrow, I would suspect. Or Friday.
yep.
Friday. Craig X will be here
Tomorrow.
in the house tomorrow.
And I'll be back for that.
And he just sent me that.
Yep.
I
Veterans
know he sent
Fundraiser.
it to me too, but I didn't look.
Expert spam. We
I
love
was just
you.
ignoring you.
Stop sending that now.
Quit texting me while I'm on the show.
We got it.
Nice. Well, I do. I appreciate you sending that in. That was
That
very
did
That helped out.
timely.
It helped out.
All right. Yeah. So check out Craig's show tomorrow and Carly's show on Monday.
That's right.
So-
And soon, if I just get my little button gear, Jody's show.
Ooh,
Jody's
there's
Joint
a
on
commitment
Tuesdays.
for you.
Jody.
I know.
Back to
I used
Jody's
to do a
Joint.
show. We did a show.
We did
you and
Jody's
me,
Joint
for
many
years,
years ago.
and we
Yep.
even did my show for years weekly. I actually did
lot of
We
shows.
talked about a lot of
We did
stuff
a
on
lot of
those. You're
shows.
right.
Holy shit.
It's such a blur, though. It really is. But when I stop and think about it, we covered all the news, all the elections, all the legalization, all the prison, all the. I was like, that was intense. Holy
And it
smokes!
seems like a very long time ago.
If you have a month of time to waste, you can go watch my life unfold. Video after video after video, for real.
Quite frankly, it's
It's
worth it.
true. It's fun. all
I
that
was
history.
there as it unfolded.
And edited and everything. But yeah, it'd be great to come back and share a message with people. So great.
Well,
We'll see about that.
Look for that, maybe. All right. Well, we're out of here. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Marijuana Man. Peace and pot.